Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Talk Books. So I am very excited about today's video, and that is because I will be reviewing Dream House by Marzia Bisognin. I hope I got that right. I had this sent to me by Grace over at Loving Them Books as a part of a booktube tour. And also stay tuned till the end of the video to find out about the giveaway. So to just start off, just a little bit about the book. It's about a girl named Amethyst, and she comes across this house and she doesn't know why, but she just loves this house. And the owners of the house, the Blooms, they ask her to spend the night in the house because a storm's coming in. The next day when she gets up, the house is empty. There are no Blooms. She is left in the house on her own. She can't get herself to leave the house. And over time, of course, things start happening, things that are unexplainable. As the story goes on, she tries to figure out what happened to the Blooms, but her connection to the house just gets stronger and stronger. So now she begins on this basically hunt to find out the truth. I try to keep this as spoiler-free as I possibly can. So on to my review. In the beginning, starting this book, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I have come across more on the paranormal side in books, but I never did it in the sense of where it is a young adult paranormal thriller. It's kind of also like a horror type, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I was honestly scared. I get scared very easily, so I'll just start off with the overall plot. I thought it was a great story. In the beginning, it kind of starts off where you're trying to just figure out about this house, about her and the house and what is going on. It's a bunch of hidden hints that are tossed in there, and if you're not paying attention, you're probably not going to catch them. But kind of just paying attention to the character and her connection to the house and to the other characters in the book. I personally loved Amethyst, who is the main character. Just keep in mind, some people said that her character is very dull. And in the beginning, I could kind of understand that, but she says in the beginning that she's socially awkward. I know that the author, Marzia, she is open with the fact that she has social anxiety and stuff like that. So I also have social anxiety, so I can definitely understand her idea of her character and how she put her character together. And I personally don't think the character was dull. I just feel like you have to take into consideration that she is socially awkward. It's not necessarily a dull thing. You just really need to understand your character, and I understood her perfectly. As the book goes on, she's not very dull. She does things I would never do. I kind of put it in an example that when you are watching a horror movie and the girl or the guy, they're about to open up a door that something's gonna happen, and it's don't do it. Well, she does. She does everything I would never. I would just have a heart attack. But she's very persistent in finding out what is going on. And she, despite everything going on and despite being scared, she doesn't give up. She doesn't stop. She keeps going. And I think that is amazing. I kind of feel like if any of us had been in her situation, it wouldn't have turned out that way. So I give her thumbs up on that because she was a little crazy. Stuff she did. What's wrong with her? How the book is set up, it's not chapter 1, chapter 2. It's day 1, day 2, and so on. It's basically her telling us about every day at this house and what's going on. 80% of the time, she's on her own. So that is something hard to do. It's sometimes, I know authors, they like to put in dialogue, and it kind of takes up the space. The interaction between characters happen and you get to see more of the characters. Here it's just her. There is interaction with the characters, which even the dialogue and everything I thought was great. Again, don't forget she's emotionally awkward, but despite being that, she still handled herself great. But to have chapters where there isn't no dialogue, it's just her going about the house and she's describing everything that's going on. And I think the author did a great job. Like, I was able to put myself into the house. I was able to see everything the characters saw. And I personally think that isn't an easy thing to do. Easy to like get carried away or not put it into enough detail. And this being the author's first novel, I think she did that great. As the story unfolded, at like about the halfway point of the book, I kind of guessed how it would end. I was like, wait, could it be this? Could it be that? Again, I'm not going to tell you. And I kind of always kept that in the back of my head because, again, you're paying attention. It could be very easily mistaken that this book is a drag. I personally didn't think, especially in the middle part, was when we see more interaction and more character development, that I thought it like passed like that. Like, it was not at all to the point where I was like, all right, can something happen or can it just end? Like, I never once felt that. It's kind of like a mystery that not only is she attempting to like solve, but it's also us too. It's like I spent a good amount of time like trying to like put pieces together, and I found myself doing the same thing the character was doing. So I was like, girl, I got you. Like, I'm on the same page as you. We're gonna do this together. As for the writing goes, I thought she did a great job. Certain things here and there kind of got repetitive, but now that I finished the book, I can kind of see it as if it was done like on purpose. I don't know, maybe I'm just saying it differently, but I feel like she kept saying the same thing over and over again to throw us off. Her big plot twist kind of like take us the other way and stuff, so it could be a surprise. And as it was happening, I was just like, okay, again, you know, yes, I am guilty. I kind of saw that this like certain things kept happening. Like, for example, she was always hungry. Like, will start hurting to say that she's hungry and it's time to eat. Kind of happened often, but it's not something where I'm gonna be like, oh my god, like, can you stop with your hunger? Like, it's not, it wasn't really that serious. The ending pretty much had me in tears. I kind of think I was the only person that cried at the end of this book. I was just a mess. Last chapter pretty much ties in the whole novel. It has to flow and it has to make sense, because now basically he's like going back into time and we're trying to connect the dots. Now everything starts to make sense. Everything that I had guessed, I was correct, but there was also like a whole bunch of other details that I completely did not see coming. Like, I had to like take a second and like go back in my mind. I'm like, what? And I was just like, oh my god, this is like genius. Overall, I give this book a 4.5. There isn't anything I hated about this book, from the characters to the plot twist and not knowing what is really going on. It like kept me interested and engaged with the character. But I am going to give it a 4.5 just for the fact that, like, you know, some things had been a tad bit like repetitive, which again, it's not something that's the end of the world. I was really happy with this book. I was scared in the beginning due to other opinions, but I'm really happy that my own opinion, which is the one that matters, was that I really love this book. And it's a good book because it is paranormal and it is suspenseful and it is, but it isn't like too much. It kept the heart going because you didn't know what's coming. You didn't know if something's gonna pop up. I was scared. Like, I kept putting the book away because I didn't know if there's someone popping up or not. I really recommend this book to anyone that hasn't ever picked it up before, because I think it's a good introduction. And now for the giveaway. To enter for a chance to have your own copy of Dream House, the link will be down below. Also, second giveaway, which what you would need to do is either pre-order or purchase this book, and I believe take a picture of the receipt as proof. All the information and everything is going to be down below. The winner of that giveaway will receive a copy of 4 books of different YouTubers as well, such as Connor Franta, Shane Dawson, Zoe Sugg, and Joey Graceffa. So that is it for my review for Dreamhouse. Hope you guys enjoy the review. Hope it gave you a little bit of insight on what's in here. Hope you guys pick this up and you give it a chance. And if you did, comment down below. Let's talk about it. And thank you guys for watching. Bye, guys.